I think that's what I should do with my stream titles. It's just word vomit. Just like whatever words come to my mind, that's the title. You know? Yeah. Just been catching up on stuff that's happened the past few days. So I've been watching VTuber clips. So I was getting a little caught up on what stuff happened. Yeah, apparently the TikTok ban is happening. Scheduled for Sunday. I also saw that Cuba was taken off the state sponsor of terrorism, right? State sponsor of terrorism? I think that's what the list is called, but yeah, it's probably gonna be the case for a nice 6 days, because it did on the 14th. Trump gets inaugurated on the 20th, so probably a nice 6 days. And also, if they're actually getting a ceasefire done, it is straight up just Jimmy Carter. Like, that's because even Biden also had the high gas prices. Like, it's insane. Like, the two most notable things about Jimmy Carter's presidency that people always talk about, the gas prices and the freaking Iran hostage crisis, and then ending on Reagan's inauguration day. Like, insane. And yeah, I think Biden's legacy is probably gonna be very similar to that, except probably like more emphasis on the foreign policy mishap, you know, because that was a bit bigger. Yeah. So yeah, Biden might get more flack for that, but yeah, the whole TikTok ban thing is so funny because now people are just going to straight up a Chinese social media site. You really got them, government. You really got them. Because it's just on the Play Store. Is it under popular apps? Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it still shows Threads before. But is it like Red Square or something? That's like, isn't it Shanghangshu in Chinese? Shanghangshu? I believe that's what it is, and I assume it's Mandarin. Because yeah, Chinese has like Mandarin, has Cantonese, has Wu, has a lot of them. But I assume it's Mandarin, because Mandarin's like the majority one. Oh, you know what? It is #1 top chart though. Red Note, that's what it is. Yeah. So Temu's #5, which is also another Chinese company. So I think that's another spite one. I'd have to see how it was before, but be really funny if that's the case. Dude, they say ChatGPT is under productivity. Ew. That's gross. Has over 10 million downloads. Yeah, it's funny because my friend got an account, right? I'll just install it, honestly, just so like if I ever feel like making an account, I'll just do it. But my friend got it because I think, well, they even use TikTok. I think it was just because like people were talking about it, and I think the fact also is like a Chinese social media site. He's like, sure. But yeah, so because he goes on Instagram and he just looks at cat photos, basically. That's it's like politics and cat. It's like with me how it is with politics and freaking VTubers. It's him with politics but with cat pictures. So yeah, I do think though, in the same way with me, it's more VTuber. I think it's more cat photos with him. So yeah, now he's just like with several people on the app and like in China who just shows like the cat. I don't know if it was DMs or if it was just because it kind of seemed like it was like DMs. And yeah, he's actually like going on Duolingo and learning Mandarin. I assume that's what Duolingo teaches is Mandarin because that's the most popular one by like quite a bit. I feel like it'd be weird they taught the other ones, at least like starting out, right? Like I think you should teach Mandarin first. That'd make the most sense. And yeah, that's actually what made me freaking make a Duolingo account, also was seeing my friend on it. And doing it was like, oh yeah, I guess like I didn't realize you could just do it on your phone. Like it makes sense, but I didn't realize it. And yeah, I made an account and I said to just do like 10 minutes a day. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I don't know if it'll turn to a stream then. Right now it's still very easy because I just did like the first lesson and I said like I'm new. I did the newest option, which I think is a good idea because like, yeah, I do know some words, but it is probably good to just start from the very beginning because I don't even know like sentence structure. Well, I kind of had an idea, right? I kind of caught on that like, yeah, the verb is at the end. Well, I think I thought the like, was it the predicate was at the end, which I don't think is entirely true. Because like, yeah, when they still say like please or something like that, it's still at the end of the sentence, which I'm pretty sure when I thought before, I thought like, oh, please would be at the beginning of the sentence. But yeah, no, it's please is still at the end, but it's the verbs that are at the end. Which yeah, I didn't even realize des was a verb. I mean, I guess I kind of got what des mean. Well, I think it's like desu, but people just say des. I think it's because they just say it fast, so then like you just kind of get cut off. But yeah, like I kind of had an idea because basically every JP member and also I think even like EN and ID when they do their intro in Japanese do that. So I kind of had an idea of it, but yeah. I also only knew what Mizu meant because there was a clipper named like Holy Mizu. I was like, I wonder what that means. And I don't remember when I picked it up, but I was like, oh, that means water. It must have been a clip when they were talking about water. And I just kind of caught on it like, oh, Mizu means water. Oh, okay. Also, it was funny because it was rice was one and it was Gohan. I was like, because it was between rice and green tea because I didn't know those two. And I was like, I'm just thinking of Dragon Ball, right? Like they're all food, right? I don't think they would name it after like Gohan after green tea. So I was like rice, and I got it. It's like sweet. Thanks, Dragon Ball, for making me get rice correct. I mean, I will say though, if it was another vegetable, I probably would have picked the vegetable because I think they're all vegetables pretty much. I know they're at least food, but yeah, I'm pretty sure most of them are vegetables. Unless rice is a vegetable, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's just a grain. Yeah, maybe it's vegetables and grains, or just plant, like rooted vegetables or something, or rooted food. I don't know. Okay, yeah, my eyes are out of it. I guess it's because I've only probably slept for like 5 hours the last 2 days, and that's probably being like generous. Like, I think because when I, you know, was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to bed, it was like, oh, I'd have 5 hours if I fell asleep like right then and there, which I don't think I did. So I'm probably on less than 5 hours of sleep like the past 2 days. So yeah, and unfortunately I do not have the gene I believe Kyla has, and Corona. Jesus, she streamed for 36 hours straight. Good lord. I do find it funny though. Oh no, that was a different clip, but yeah, someone was just like, oh yeah, no, this is a black company because Corona was streaming for 36 hours straight. And it's like, can you like even like just take a minute and just think for a little bit, right? Like, obviously Cover has their issues, right? And you should call them out on it. But like, let's just take in the environment here, right? So like Crowdy's like the only one who's had a 36-hour stream, right? And then previously the longest stream, at least I saw on the thumbnail, was Corona also. So like, and if you're seeing people around there, like even like the New Year's stream that Toa ran, like that was only like 4 hours, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it wasn't insanely long, right? And even if it's like an insane event, like a tournament type thing, right? Like I think it's okay if it's like 6 hours. Because like another thing I would also say too, like if Cover was a black company, I think they would want like force every person to take part of that. But a lot of them weren't in it. Like there were a couple people that weren't in it, you know? So it's like, and I'm sure also there was plenty of other people who streamed around that time who streamed for way less. So like when you throw out like the, oh, they're a black company because of this thing, it's like, it doesn't work. If you just, and also it's been documented like many times, the management themselves have tried to stop them, and but yeah, Kyla's manager did it. I believe Krone's manager has done as well. Like, it's been well documented, but I know like people wouldn't care about that as much. They're gonna be like, oh, PR response or whatever, which is so stupid. Use your brain, people. Like, not everything's a freaking PR response. Like, I feel like especially in the world of streaming, dude, like, and they've voiced their frustrations before. That's the thing too. Like, you know, I feel like, especially like Regis, because he had that clip that blew up, right? Like, if he's one that's being like, oh, I'll stay here, and like, I don't think it's a bad direction. Karate also did that, by the way. Like, people wouldn't say that, I don't think. You know, or like that PR response, I feel like would fall flat. Because like, they obviously can voice their frustrations, you know? So like, why would they just be like, you know, buttering up the company then? That doesn't make any sense. Like, Suisei also talked about like fighting with management a lot, and there had been a lot of stories that came up, at least like when they first started, a lot of the older gens like fought with management a lot and like were very blunt about it. And there's like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm sure they still fight for like the really important stuff, but yeah, I'm sure it was probably like a lot of small stuff they were probably blunt about, and then they realized that those parts, nah, whatever, you know. Yeah, it was also really funny too, because then there was the Pecora one where you talk about her calling Aqua like Akutsi, something like that. And Aqua thought that maybe like they couldn't say her name anymore. So you're like, oh, is my name like you can't say anymore? And then Pecora was like, no, wait, what? It's fine, I just did it as a joke. And then someone in the freaking comments was like, oh, I knew it, dude, they're a black company. It's the same thing, like, okay, they can't say their name. It's like, Pecora literally just denied that. She said it in the video that they can say her name. And I think also when like it was with Subaru, they said her name. These people, dude. I swear they just look at the title and just, like, they just are finding any reason to hate now. Like, again, like there's a fine line of like just being a hater and like actually like legitimate criticism. This is not one of those cases. Cora literally denied it. She said, no, I can say your name in the video, and then the dude in the comments was like, I knew it, dude, they can't say it. It's like, I don't think you watched the freaking clip then, dude. Like, what are you on about? Yeah, I don't understand how Karane streams for 36 hours straight, because like she even said like she'd stop, she didn't feel good. Like, she felt fine, I guess, that entire 36 hours. Maybe there's like at some point you just start cruising, right? Like, I don't know, like maybe it does get to that point, but like I don't know how she does it. Yeah, I did see that, and it was just freaking funny. Oh yeah, another thing is too is like, because I said it on my Food Simulator stream, my last stream, I was like, oh, there's gonna be so many clips from this freaking New Year's tournament, and then there was like barely any. There was like maybe like 7 clips. I was like, oh, I was done with it like almost immediately. It was funny too because after like EN did like a Marvel Rivals collab, right? And I feel like that got more clips than the freaking tournament. I think it's just because a lot of the EN clippers, like at least the big ones anyway, can't translate Japanese. So like yeah, obviously they can't really do much with the clips because like, you know, you're kind of losing out on crucial information if you can't translate it. But it's still funny to me though, like the Marvel Rivals collab, I feel like got more clips than the freaking New Year's thing. Because I guess also it may have just been more chill, or maybe there's like people who are making longer clips compared to others, like other stuff going on. I don't know. It's just very weird to me. It was like, oh, that was like barely any. But I think another thing too is also I think some of them do like daily clips too, so it could just be that they're clipping it one day at a time as well. Personally, I would either like if I was clipping, I would either do like a whole stretch of it, or like yeah, I would just put them in bursts. You know, like upload them the same day. I mean, I don't think the algorithm would like that, but also it's clips, so it's like, who cares? And like yeah, I think clips also usually like don't do well. But it's different because it's VTubers and like people that they would actually know. It is weird though, like I do feel like clips like they really only blow up, or they at least started in the VTuber community. I think now like they're more often, but like I feel like in the VTuber community is like really the most often you'll see clips, right? And like clipper channels and all that. I think the reason why for Hololive is because there wasn't a clip mechanic like there was on Twitch, right? So like Twitch, it was a lot easier because there's just a clip button, and then if you go on Twitch, you can see all their clips. But with YouTube, I think at least at some point they had a clip thing, but it wasn't great. Yeah, because I actually was streaming when it happened, because I remember the Raphael clip I was like screwing around with the YouTube clip thing during it, so I actually was streaming when it was a thing. But yeah, I don't think it's that great. And also might not have even been there when Myth started, because I assumed like it was around Myth and maybe a little bit earlier before that when it really blew up with like EN videos, but and like clippers. But yeah, I think it's probably because I streamed on YouTube and it wasn't as easy to just have your clips up, right? Because I don't even know, like, I mean, I assume Shorts was around, but yeah, I'm sure they didn't want to like invest in just making a short out of it. Because the thing is, also with Shorts, you can't make it like 16:9 or whatever. Like you have to make a portrait, so that's like also extra editing to like make it look good and like follow it, right? So yeah, I think that's why clippers blew up. It's just because, and like it worked so well in the VTuber community. Because, well, I think it works well in the VTuber community because of Hololive, and that's because they streamed on YouTube. So yeah, I think that's why specifically with VTubers, like clipping on YouTube, like clip channels, you know, like they're big. So yeah. Yeah, I guess the one thing that kind of sucks about me not watching back then is just like I wouldn't know the atmosphere around that time or like the environment because I wasn't there for it. Like yeah, I got to like miss like the China drama and all that, which is great, but it still would have been nice to know what the environment was like, you know? I probably would have still been a clip watcher, but at least like seeing it a little bit, you know? It does suck though too, because like the whole like China thing was so stupid anyway, because like they got mad at her for no reason. Like it was a YouTube thing. Get mad at YouTube for that, dude, not at the streamer. Like that was crazy. Like even like thinking back on it, you know, because it happened because they showed like where their viewers are, right? And it went by country, and YouTube just listed Taiwan, right? Like, there's nothing it could have done about it. You know, like, it's not their fault, and I think that's probably why Coco was like, screw you. Because, like, yeah, it literally wasn't her fault. It was, like, completely, like, unwarranted, the anger she got, because, like, it wasn't even her fault. It was freaking, like, if you want to, you know, the reason why they got upset was because of Taiwan's flag, like, then blame YouTube for making it so they show Taiwan. Like, that's stupid that you got mad at the freaking creator. Like, aren't you in the freaking communist nation? Come on, class conscious, man. Use it. Use your class conscience. Don't blame the freaking, like, lower people. Blame the higher ups, dude. Come on, dude. God. I mean, I'm not saying I defend them either. Like, I'm just saying, like, I think the drama was stupid to begin with. Because, like, yeah, like, they got upset over something that literally wasn't her fault. And also, it's, like, something pretty, like, wholesome and, like, you know, it was just like, oh, like, see where my viewers are from. Like, that's all it was. Like, the fact that, like, it just makes it seem like they thought it was, like, malicious or something. And it's, like, insane. Like, I can, like, the more I think about it, the more I can, like, understand why Coco, like, just did not want to apologize and was upset about it. Because, like, yeah, the whole thing is, like, kind of silly. But it's only a thing that's probably going to only bring more tension in these next 4 years. That's great. Yeah. It does suck though, like, yeah, also getting in the year I got in. Because, like, at least, like, 2022 or 2023, right? Like, there was stuff that happened those years, but it wasn't as crazy, right? Like, there was, like, one kind of maybe big thing that happened, and then, like, kind of died down, right? And then, yeah, but this year it just kept constantly hitting, you know? And again, like, I don't think it's them going in a negative direction. I think it's just they're getting bigger. I mean, even, like, I didn't even notice it, but at some point they said, like, they couldn't use the studio because they didn't have enough staff, so yeah, I think they just, like, some of those problems might just be understaffed, you know? They could just be understaffed. I do think maybe some of it could be incompetence, but I do think also, like, if they literally were saying, like, oh, we can't use the studio because we don't have enough staff members, there might be some other areas that are understaffed, right? So yeah, I think it's also possible. Yeah, I just don't know what's going on, man. I have no idea how these next 4 years are gonna play out, dude.
Watch the most live NFL games all season long on a variety of networks and NFL Sunday Ticket with YouTube TV.
It's gonna be insane.
Embargoes apply. Cancel anytime.
Like, the whole Canada nonsense was just like, oh yeah, that's the beginning of it, of what we're gonna deal with for the next 4 years. Got also at the point that people are like, oh yeah, it's fine. Like, let's kill the CEOs, and people are like, oh yeah, that's fine. You know, we've gotten to that point. And yeah, also I saw there's a Humanist Report with the TikTok ban. Like, they made a good point of, like, it's also a dumb idea in the short term to, like, ban TikTok, because you take away a lot of people's distractions, at least one of their distractions, right? And, like, they kind of distract themselves from, like, what the bad stuff that's going on in the world, right? Like, so, like, they don't notice all the bad stuff you're doing as well, you can keep doing it. But yeah, if you get rid of the distractions, they have nothing else to do but like listen to what you're doing, you know, and like get mad at you. You know, they have nothing else. Like, and yeah, once like video games stuff like becomes unaffordable, like they have nothing to do. Like they have no escapism, so they're just gonna be following what you're doing, right? And so yeah, they're gonna be radicalized. They're just gonna get mad at you. So it's also just stupid on that in that aspect. And it's also funny because they're like, oh yeah, if we ban TikTok, then more people are gonna use Threads. And I saw a lot of people being like, yeah, nope, not using Threads. Yeah. It's a crapshoot what's going on, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just so much. I just wish Hololive would move to like Blue Sky or something, because like Blue Sky would be such a better fit for them. It really would. Like, I hate it. Yeah. Yeah, I still don't know if, you know, if it's done or not. The ceasefire I was looking at, sorry. Yeah, dude, if Hollow just use Blue Sky, that is definitely, you know, it's definitely something I would do if I join cover, would be make a Blue Sky account. You know. Like, it's just such a better fit for them. And like Blue Sky also, I feel like, you know, if they have the money, hey, you know, just strike a deal cover. Because like seriously, they do not belong on Twitter. It's just such a bad fit for them. Like, yeah, sure, when they first started, yes, like it made sense. But now, like with how Twitter is now, like there's no reason for them to be on there. Other than just like it's the biggest social media platform, but other than that, like that's it. I don't even know if it's the biggest as far as users go, or if like Facebook's still the biggest. Like Instagram, I'm not sure if those two are bigger. But like Twitter is one of the biggest. So like yeah, that's the only positive it really has. Other than that, like these girls just want to interact with fans, right? Like, and fan artists, and a lot of artists are moving to Blue Sky, right? Like, and also they sure do use links a lot, and links don't get downvoted in the algorithm on Blue Sky. It was something that Hank Green found out. Like, yeah, links just don't get downvoted in Blue Sky, where on if you go on Twitter, they do. So yeah, there's also that. Like, it's just such a better fit for them. And what's funny is I think some of them do have Blue Sky accounts. Like, at least their ALs, they have freaking PLs. Or they have accounts, right? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, I think we still see nothing from Lemon Leaf, but I think it was like a month before anything really happened. So yeah, I think we just gotta wait all of January and then we might get an announcement. It's like, yeah, it's like the worst kept secret at this point, you know? Like, no. Yo, it's really getting like an hour later each time as well. These freaking Advent outfit reveals. You're getting like, they're doing them in separate days and also like an hour later each time. Why? Why are you doing this? Well, I mean, I'm sure it's because they live in Japan, right? So they gotta do it so it fits better for them. Yeah, it makes sense. I guess also like 9 isn't horrible for some people probably, but yeah. It's crazy though, because people like, there's like a Lemon Leaf account that has like nothing on it, right? Like not even like a changed profile picture or anything, and it already has 800 followers. Like, that's a PL, right? Of a Hololive talent. Like, I feel like that speaks volumes. That like, they got 800 followers off of a blank Blue Sky account. I guess I could even like just look at like fan, like, oh, like this is a re-upload. Oh, I think Kelly does have a Blue Sky account, looks like, actually. Yeah. Seems like she actually does have a Blue Sky account, but she hasn't posted on 17 days. It kind of seems like she stopped posting on it. Yeah, she did have a Blue Sky account. Like, what does it do? Like 18,000 followers still, you know? Like, obviously it's not insanely like as big, but like I think even if like they announced a mass like not exile, but like a mass migration to Blue Sky, right? Like a bunch of people would follow. Like they would follow them, especially like Japan too. Because like the thing with Blue Sky is like if they want to get more users, like that's the thing why I feel like it would work so well for them. Because like, dude, the JP audience, like they'll just get an influx of Japanese users. So like it'd be great for that too. Just like, yeah, man. It sucks. It's crazy how they're thanking Biden for like the ceasefire deal. That man did nothing. I'll be honest, for like over a year, he did freaking nothing. I mean, yeah, it's like finally done, but it's like that man I feel like deserves very little credit. Because I'm sure he could have stopped that, you know, probably like at least a week in. You know, maybe even sooner than that, right? I don't know, man. Seems kind of crazy to me. Seems like he had an awful lot of time there to work something out. And even he was like opposed to it and just didn't do anything. It's like, no, Benjamin, don't do that. No, and then didn't do anything. Didn't do anything like punish him or nothing. I assume he's like, Netanyahu though still has like an arrest warrant or something, right? Like, I'm sure he can still be arrested if he's like out of Israel. So, and probably a lot of other people in my government, but with Trump coming to office, who knows? It probably won't happen. You know, just invade Palestine themselves. It's funny though, because my teacher in Holocaust was like, oh, we're not talking about these things because, like, you know, they haven't ended yet, so we don't truly know if they're like a genocide or not. Even though like the Sudan and Palestinian one I think is already classified. Like if you go on Wikipedia for like list of genocides, they're already there. On the Wikipedia page. Yeah. They have they have the Gaza and Muslim genocide on there already. Which I guess this is different from the other Darfur one. It seems.
On the YouTube Music app, you can bump
So,
your
yeah.
fave songs in the background while you clean up all that.
Yeah,
mess.
this is
Foreground. Try 1 month.
definitely a lot. Yeah. Yeah, they did not care. And it seems like it's only gonna get worse for them, you know? Like, only gonna get worse. So, yeah. Like, this stopping isn't gonna do anything. I mean, he's literally been bribed for Israel to annex, like, what, the West Bank? So Palestine's gonna lose even more land. Yeah, and like the reason why there's been so many genocides have happened, you know, after Holocaust is because, hey, we don't make money by saving people, you know? That's why. It's not profitable to save people, you know? I mean, dude, even during Rwanda, they have freaking nothing. They even, like, they evacuate their own soldiers out, like, insane. They didn't even evacuate any civilians, just like, nope, we're getting our soldiers out here. Insane, dude. The Cambodia one only ended because Vietnam eventually stepped in and invaded them. Installed a new government. Which, yeah, I feel like Cambodia should not be used as an example of communism if even Vietnam invaded them. And be like, yeah, no, you stop that. You know? Like, people like Pol Pot, Stalin really make it annoying to vouch for, like, communism stuff. It's like, oh, man. And I guess Mao, too, but... yeah, it's just very annoying. Because it seemed like Pol Pot, like... I don't even know what that man was planning. Because, like, he just wanted a peasant society, but he also wanted, like, an empire of, like, Cambodia, or, like, Khmer Empire, and I'm like... okay, but you're murdering your doctors and, like, all your smart people. So, like... and you're also in Cambodia. So I don't know what you're expecting, and you also got rid of city life. Like, I don't... like, where's your production coming? Like, how are you gonna... how are you gonna have the empire? Maybe, what, diplomatically? Like... I'm very confused at what his goal was, you know? I don't really understand. But yeah. Oh yeah, and he also like had the whole like, oh, Cambodia has like the purest blood. Like, he was just a Nazi socially. Like, he socially just was a Nazi. So it's like, I feel like you can't even like I think that dude just joined the Communist Party because they were like the people who were like fighting for Cambodian independence, probably like the hardest. So I assume that's probably why he like was like part of the French Communist Party and then the Cambodian one, right? Like the Khmer Rouge. It was just because, oh, they're fighting for independence the hardest. It's like, yeah, I don't know if that man wanted to set up like a kingdom or something, but like it's so weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's one of those truly what was he cooking moments, because like I have no idea. I don't know how you won an empire, right? Or like a kingdom, you know, or like Cambodia, and you just you kill all the doctors. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't get it. And like all the people living in the city, like I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. That's definitely one where it's like, yeah, no, it's the same thing with like when they're like, oh, Nazis were socialists because of National Socialists. Like, it's the same thing with the Pol Pot thing. It's like, come on, man. Like, yeah, sure, like ideologically, like economically he was that way, but socially that dude was a Nazi. Like, I feel like any true leftist would condemn Pol Pot and like the Khmer Rouge. Like, I think they would. Like, it's insane. At least like their social, like, in the genocide, you know, and the freaking, you know, like socially how they work, but like economically maybe not, but like, yeah, no, the freaking like social side of it, like, man literally used Nazi language. It's like, yeah, no, of course he was bad. Man, it feels like the last two freaking days have been like the end of the week. I guess I've been so used to just having like 2 or 3 day school weeks. Like, I'm not used to a full school week now, but yeah. Well, actually, I think I have a 3-day school week, 3-day weekend. Jesus. Actually this weekend, so yeah, I guess it's just I'll have a full week this week and next week will be different. Next week would be nice because although I have strength conditioning and like it's obviously good for me, right? It is nice because like I'll have a study hall at the end of the day, because at the very end it's the last period, so like it'll be nice to just be able to relax, you know, at the end of the day, instead of just going into that. I can just kind of unwind, so that'll be nice. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I wish discrete math that was 1 semester, because Jesus, that class is a freaking slog. It is so bad. Like, and I feel like honestly, like, it's done so poorly too. I mean, I get it's like the first year they're doing it, it's just like, dude, I feel like it's so poorly done. And like a lot of the questions are so vague. It's like, what are you asking for, dude? And like, I get it's from a college course, but like, you could still be more specific on the high school level. You know? I think also the teacher said too, like, there's like some stuff that requires like calculus in that course, and it's like, oh, we're in a lower math class, but there's calculus in this and like trigonometry. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, all right. Yeah, no. It sucks. Yeah, I'm hoping Duolingo can at least help me a little bit with the Japanese. As long as like I can pick up on it enough where like the subtitles I can pick up on other stuff. It's just gonna be hard because like I'm sure some like syllables are probably, you know, when you combine them they're different, right? Like it could mean this one thing. Like I think ball and gold or like golden, something like that, right? Like they're two separate like kanji and like romaji, right? Like when you say them, but when you combine them it is something different. Which I hate that it makes sense, but yeah, I don't remember what it is exactly, but yeah, Crony kind of did that. And then Kyla did the flogger thing, and then Crony had her moment with that. But yeah, I think it was like golden and then like golden ball, I think. Oh, maybe not. What was it? Was it gold ball? Or like yellow ball, something like that? Why is that one completely different when I made it plural? Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it was something like that. It was just... like, I remember that one specifically. Yeah. It was something like that. I'd have to find the clip to see it again. Hey, this is also probably like the most insane I've felt in my entire life. I think it's just like I'm not doing anything for like most of the school day, so I'm just like there for like 7 hours, but like really I only need to do stuff for like 2 of it, right? So it's like 2/7 of, or 5/7 of the day I'm not even doing anything. And like I could be spending doing so much better stuff, dude. Like I'm just sitting there doing freaking nothing. And I hate it. I'll be really happy when the school year's over, right? Because I know that monotony will go away, but it's just like, oh god, I'm an adult now. Because I really don't think college makes sense for me. I really don't. If I want to be a content creator, dude, like, it doesn't make any sense. And I'd rather regret, like, not going to college than going to college and seeing it's not for me, because that's a lot of money wasted. Like, a lot of money that can be put somewhere else, you know? So, like... yeah, I much rather would go down that path of regret if I do have a path of regret, right? Like, I'd rather go down that than going to college, realizing it's not for me, and then just wasting all the money. Or like moving that money into something that's more useful. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting though, because I did see Estelle talk about Holostars a little bit. This was, I think, it was like early December, so it was like kind of just after the announcements of Chloe and Fauna, but like, yeah, it was interesting to me that he said like, oh yeah, no, they, or it might have been like comment on that, like said that they've been getting advertising, at least like out in Japan. This is very interesting to me. Well, apparently also like there's just rumors on them for some reason that they're just bad people. Which is like, what? Oh yeah, screw you, person who wants to have a career. I'm just gonna tell some nasty rumors. Sick, dude. Awesome. Very cool. But I mean, it's like, yeah, the only way you're gonna break that is have people actually watch. And again, like, it's not a them problem, it's a freaking, like, society problem. It's the same thing with that one dude who said, like, oh, Hassan's, like, why he's a danger to society is because he gets taken out of context a lot. And it's like, well, it's not really a him problem, that's just a society problem. You know? Like, you have to watch his streams to, like, actually see the good part of him. And it's like, that's not a him issue, that's a freaking society issue. It's freaking stupid. Yeah. I mean, I definitely can see a lot of people getting even more radicalized, like, in these 4 years than before. I don't think we'll get socialism, though. I don't think it leads to anything. I'll at least keep my expectations low, so, I mean, maybe leftists can finally get a dub at some point. I guess the Cuba thing was kind of that, but it's like, I mean, that's probably gonna stick for 6 days and then go back anyway. Because they've even talked about going after Cuba, so it's like there's no way they don't do it. Like, maybe if they didn't talk about Cuba, maybe they had a shot, but they've talked about Cuba, like, in Trump and his cabinet member, so yeah, probably not. Yeah. I do think, though, it is true that with each new generation, and like Hollow or really any VTuber agency, they're just going to be less popular than the ones that came before them. Just because there's more people, right? So like that's always going to happen. It's why like the people we're least sub to is the newer people, like not necessarily because like they're new, like I mean that is part of it, but also because yeah, a lot of the older people have found other people to watch, and so like yeah, they don't follow Hololive as much. So yeah, that's another reason. Like a lot of members of Flow Glow are still in the 100K region, right? Like I actually think they're starting to get around growth rates. I mean, they're still faster than, you know, probably like 2019, 2020, right? But like, or 2018, 2019, 2020 was kind of when it went up a lot. But yeah, I'm sure it's still faster than then, but it is starting to slow back down, right? Of channels getting that quick growth. Like Fuamoko is really like the only member, well, and I guess Raiden in like the last few years who's debuted to really stand out a lot and like kind of break that as far as sub count goes. I'm sure viewer wise like they're probably doing fine, but yeah, it's still surprising me though how much less Autofister has than Liz and Raura. Because I feel like also Autofister has like the most clips. I mean, Raura does have a lot, but I feel like Liz for sure has like the least. I think it's just who she was before, and also like yeah, of course she's gonna resonate well with like a casual audience, you know. I mean, I'm not saying like everybody who likes Liz is a freaking filthy casual. I'm just saying like it's very easy to like have an appeal, you know. She has a very easy appeal to understand, you know. Yeah, like anybody can just see Liz and be like, oh yeah, no, she's great at singing, right? And like also voice impressions, right? Like she's great at that. And so like yeah, she kind of already has that out the door. With like some of the other girls, like you actually have to watch them a little bit, you know? Yeah. So yeah, it's really only been like Raiden and Wamoko. Bancho might be getting up there though, Hajime. Seems like Hajime's running fast. It's definitely because of the music video, but yeah. Because I know Narissa also got a huge boost from her music videos too. Yeah. Yeah, it is still crazy though, because like, yeah, it feels like VTubing is like huge, right? But like, it is still pretty small when all things considered, when you realize like Gura is the most sub to, right? And she only has 4.5 million, which is still quite a bit, but it is still like not a lot, you know, if you compare it to the rest of YouTube, because there's a lot of like 10 million plus channels, right? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of channels that actually have a diamond play button. And Gura's not even halfway there. I'm sure if Gura streamed more, she might honestly be a lot closer. Because I know it's like as soon as after the, like that one stream she had, another 10k went up. So it's like, yeah, imagine if she streamed consistently, dude. I did point out when I was watching the clips with Gura calling out when Fawn was like, oh, I still watch your streams, and Gura being like, what streams? So good. That was so good. Gura earned my respect with that one, I will say. Yeah. It is crazy though, if you look at, because Gura has 4.5 mil, right? Marin has 3.7 mil, and then Pecora has 2.6 mil. Like, their top three are like a million apart from each other, which is like crazy. Yeah, I wonder when Marin's like huge bump hit, right? Or she just was like always at that level. But yeah, I mean, actually, it might have been I'm Your Treasure Box, right? Because like that one did really well, like views wise, right? And also apparently was playing like Japanese gas stations. Like, yeah, it would make sense. Although Suisei freaking sold out like the biggest Japanese concert, right? Like the biggest Japanese arena. So I don't know, I feel like with Suisei, she also would be a lot higher, but who knows? Yeah. Yeah, Aqua is like the most sub 2 for like a while, right? I don't know if she ever hit most sub 2, but she was at least second behind Fubuki. I do know that. Yeah, I don't know if she ever was ahead of Fubuki at one point. And then I think Korone passed Fubuki as most sub 2. And then, yeah, I think it was Gura, and then she never looked back. Then Gura debuted, and then they never looked back. And then Gura's been the most sub 2 for the rest of the time. Gas, I'm gonna step on the gas. Actually, they might have been running in the 90s, I can't remember. But yeah, I did see that graph video with like Gura showing up. Gas, I'm gonna step on the gas. Oh, Noelle's actually almost at 2 million. I never realized she was that close. Yeah, how many have hit 2 million? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She'd be the 11th to hit 2 million. That's the thing, dude. Like, I always forget Noelle's like that highly subbed too. I forget she's like more subbed than Subaru. Like, it's crazy because I feel like Subaru would be like top 8, dude. Like, Subaru's one of those iconic ones. Watame's another one I'm like always surprised about that she's so high too. Like, I'm saying rankings wise, you know? Like, I'm just... I don't know. Oh, again, though, they're like older gens, right? I think once like Hollow X probably showed up, like that's when their numbers started going out a little bit. Yeah, even like Aroha like just recently hit 1 million. I guess it was like a couple months ago, but like Louis and Aroha hit like 3 months ago. Actually hit it after Fumoco, which is crazy. I just not realized the implications of that because Fumoco had like a year and a half less than them, I think. That's crazy that Fumoco hit it before them. I think Chloe and because Chloe and Lapis are up here. It's great. It's really funny to me that Lapis is up here because yeah, she streamed on Twitch. Or at least she used to. I don't know if she still does now, but it is funny that she's like one of the most sub to when literally is that her first thing? Hang on. That's not a great look. No, the first thing we look up Lapis is brother. Oh, brother complex is the like 5th option. Not great, Lapis. Just not great. Oh boy. Yeah, she's still, is she? Okay, she is streaming on YouTube. Actually, she might multi-stream at this point. I don't know if she still's on Twitch. I guess I can see, but they probably don't save their VODs. Oh, but they just save their streams, I think. Okay, yeah, this is all GTA from 4 months ago, but actually, yeah, their schedule I think says they streamed last month. Okay, so yeah, it seems like they did. Lapis did switch back to YouTube. I guess I can look at this. See. Yeah, it does seem like she's been streaming more often on YouTube, but again, it could be like cross streaming as well. Yeah, Lapis actually still gets like good numbers. Yeah. Like with the view counts. Like for live streams, they're real good. I don't think it's Shiori. I haven't seen her live numbers. I'm sure though they're like actually probably vastly like outperform her. Okay, yeah, they are smaller, but I assume a lot of these like actually like half of these I would assume are like live viewers. Well, maybe not half, that might be a bit high, but yeah. You just still have smaller numbers, but like they're not bad numbers. Like we had to go to like Regis. He has like 15k or something like that, and like sure I think consistently like triples it. There are some where she only doubles it, but like she does triple it. Maybe like a Rihanna, because Rihanna actually has less subs. I forget her freaking first name. Or well, yeah, I guess it's just Rihanna. Oh yeah, no, Rihanna also like yeah, it could also just be because with YouTube, like, yeah, there's like less of a, you know, there's obviously like very little incentive to sub. You know, like, I mean, there basically is none. Well, and I think also, I think it was the thing too where too many people subbed, so YouTube just took away a bunch of their subs as well, because they thought it was like sub botting or whatever. So I think it could have also been that. It's like, yeah, maybe like her sub count actually should be higher. It's just for some reason YouTube is like, oh yeah, no, these are bots. Because yeah, I think that did hit Floglow. I mean, it seems like Gigi's another one though, where her number, like her live stream numbers are probably nuts, even though like her sub count isn't high. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's got a lot. Yeah. She gets like 75 to like over 100k like pretty consistently. Yeah. I did not realize those League streams were that highly viewed. Jesus. I forget how popular League is. Lord. You know, I was right. Gigi is one of those ones that has insane numbers despite her sub count. Yeah, Gigi might be like, if I can look at a comparison for the sub to view ratio, right? She might be the next Fauna, as far as that goes. Let me look at Cecilia actually too. Cecilia, I would think actually probably has less, even though like she's has a little more subs. I think I would guess she has less. Yeah, she has less, but it's not too much less. Like, not at all. Yeah, she still does pretty well. Yeah, I would guess she probably has the lowest, just like looking at live stream views. Yeah, Aurora has more. I'm just going to like their past few streams, right? I'm not like looking at all of them. Yeah, it seems like CC does have the least. Which is crazy to me because I feel like CC has like 3 or 4 clip channels dedicated to her. Which actually, that might be part of it. You know, I never really thought about it, but yeah, that could be part of it. And that might have been the thing with Fauna too. Because she also had like longer like clippers too, would take like 30-40 minute clips of her streams, right? So that's also possible. Actually, it seems like Liz has the least, which is crazy. Yeah, Liz actually doesn't have that many views on her streams. That surprises me. Yeah, I think Liz actually on average has the least amount. I'm surprised by that. He's the most sub to, but I mean, yeah, I guess that's the thing though, like it's for the freaking casuals. Yeah. The diehards aren't necessarily gonna care about that. Wow, she got freaking verified as a music artist like immediately. Jeez. It took Narissa like over a year. I think Elizabeth got it immediately. And she's also someone who seems to do shorts at least a little bit. Yeah, that does surprise me that Liz is like the lowest out of them. As far as view count goes. I mean, yeah, of course she's doing fine too, you know, with her view counts. They would take someone like Vija sued. Technically has triple of Rihanna's, but again, it could have just been like bots and stuff. Like, yeah, he has like 15K is like a good stream for him. Like, that's very low compared to the rest of them. And I think Robrew is probably in a similar spot too. Can't remember, but I don't know why Robin Kills Grima is in my search history. No idea. Yeah, Robrew has a little bit more, but nothing crazy. Yeah. Yeah, he has more, but it's not as much. It's crazy that they had that view, man. Ugh. That was like the only one I know was on Twitch. I don't know if there was anybody else that was. Yeah. Like Kanade though is probably another one that, even though her sub count's low, she probably has a lot of views. Because I would think her GTA would have helped her a lot. Well, actually, I think Kanade might have more post-stream views, so people can speed her up. If I were to guess. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, because she has pretty good numbers too. It's actually like all higher than Justice, which I mean makes sense because if you look at sub count, she has more. But I like how we always bring a sub count. It just doesn't matter. And there's a reason why I keep saying like sub count doesn't matter is because I'm reminding myself, right? I'm reminding myself that it doesn't matter. That's why I always say it. And like, yeah, maybe that is just straight up part of why I repeat stuff so much. It's just also just to remind myself about that stuff too. Because then it really gets me to think about it, you know? Oh yeah, Kyla also, I think, is probably another one. She has definitely like a lot more than like the other girls I've looked at, but Kyla's view count's probably like pretty high up there. I do like how for me just searching the girls though, I'm getting recommended all their stuff. I mean, it makes sense, but it's still funny. Oh, actually, her view count's kind of on the lower side. I mean, I guess it could just be because she's ID. Like, Indonesia is probably the smallest one, right? So, yeah, I guess I can see it. Yeah, Kala is one I definitely thought would have had more of a higher one. Yeah, I think it might just be Indonesia. Because, yeah, Indonesia is probably the smallest audience. If I were to guess, it's probably the smallest audience. I mean, I think even looking at sub counts, it would kind of... I feel like that's the one time when sub counts actually would be relevant. And, like, actually, you know, kind of could be used as a point for this. Because other than Kobo, the rest of ID is kind of... Well, I am Muna and Ollie, but... Yeah, I think after that, there's not too many in ID. I think Zeta's the next one with 943,000. But yeah. I assume Muna's is actually probably... She's made a lot of music. Ollie, I think, is from her personality. Same Kobo. I think it's a mix of music and her personality. I think the same with... It's the same with Maureen. And Guro is just... Like, I don't even think Reflect Pro even, like, gave her that many subs, honestly. I think it was just her PL, what it was, and then more people coming in. Because she is the most sub-to YouTuber, right? So naturally, she's just going to get more. That's just how it is. Pekora, I feel like it's been one that's always been very clipped. Like, clipped a lot. Like, yeah, obviously Corona was clipped a lot in the beginning, but I think Pekora also was too. And, like, I mean, I get it, because, like, Pekora is super smug, right? Like, there's a lot I like about her. She's super smug. Like, she's one of those people that, along with the smugness, like, will just blame anything else if she, like, anything goes wrong. And it was, like, her doing, she'll just try to find anything else to blame. I will say, those people are great. Like, when they freaking are super smug, and then when they lose, like, they just blame other stuff. Because the other example I can give is, like, Kofi. On, like, Up, Up, Down, Down, he would do that a lot. Like, trash talk, and then lose, and then just find, like, all these excuses as to, like, oh, why he lost, or why this happened. I do like that dynamic a lot, so like I can see why with Pecora people would enjoy it. I mean, I think also the pranks, but I'm not too much of a prank person. I'm definitely more of a, I like to see people getting instant karma, like people being smug and then getting hit with instant karma. Which happens to her a lot. I mean, it is just a great bit though, you know? It really is. It also feels like Miko should have more than she does. Like, obviously she's already up there a lot. She's like 7th, right? 8th, I think. She's 8th. Yeah, she's 8th. But like, there's like a big, not a huge drop, but like, it's kind of noticeable from Callie to Miko. And like, I feel like Miko was another one that was clipped a lot. Like, even now, she still is clipped a lot. So it's kind of surprising me that, like, she's like at the beginning of that drop. I'm not sure like if Aqua is still here, like, because I have no idea what, because I looked at this after Aqua left, right? So I don't know how fast she was growing, right? Like, we were going on a trajectory. They actually still haven't added the graduated thing next to on this thing either on this, which is interesting. They changed it on the main site though. It was 3 days after. Yeah, I do feel like the Ame thing was like the next day. Like they did affiliate next day. Boom. Yeah. I just think it's getting bigger, right? So obviously there's gonna be some growing pains and some bumps. At least for Hololive. All stars seem to still be kind of left in the dust. It's a shame, really. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, it would help them if they love Hololive, but again, like, I think that's gonna take someone who actually wants to do it. If you're forcing them to do it, then, like, yeah, no, you're probably gonna only gonna burn them out quicker. Right? So it's like, there's no point. Don't do it. I'm saying like even like out of ID, because they don't really interact much. Like the only one who really interacted quite a bit was like Toa, but that was just because she was in a lot of the big events that the boys were in. So yeah, and Matsuri, I guess. Like Matsuri, Bay, those are the ones that I can remember really. And obviously there was Crony and Callie with Whole Soul, but they aren't around anymore. It's like, yeah, I think their collab circles are kind of full, you know? I do think, like, the dynamic could work now, though, because Elizabeth wants to collab with Hollow Stars, right? Like, so if you have someone who wants to collab with Hololive, right, and, like, not necessarily just ID, but also EN, Liz could be a great, like, icebreaker for that, you know? She can be a great mediator for that, to like kind of like, you know, have people warm up to the idea and kind of let it sit in a little bit longer. But yeah, I feel like if I was a hoster though, I would encourage clippers, because like that's the thing I feel like people don't realize in today's world is like, you at this point you need to get your name out there, and clips are great for that. It just sucks that they don't really work. If you know you're not popular, like I'm saying, like the normal 60x9 set, like you have to do like a short or something. I would say TikTok, but I'm in America, so that's not happening. Yeah, like I think in today's age, like it's so important just to get your name out there. If you just sit there, right, like you're not doing it, like, and trust me, I would know because I've done that for the last like 4 years. Nothing's happened. So yeah, like that's what it is. And I think Twitch is one of those things where like the more viewers you have, the easier it is to get more viewers. All right, so obviously I'm in the hardest spot where I have nobody watching. Like I literally have to have people like probably stay around and watch me, right? If I want to get a following. But you know, understandably so, some people don't want to just have that one-on-one conversation with a person and like come back to it consistently anyway. Maybe as like a one-off stream, but as like a, you know, coming back to it again and again, like, yeah, no, probably not. Even like in my experience though, I can like kind of attest to it too, because my friend at the very beginning, not very beginning, but like 6 months in, which be in my streams, right, just hang out, and that actually brought some people to come in and like chat, you know. So like it's very important. And I think once you get that certain threshold, it'll only be easier and easier to get viewers. You just have to get over that 0 viewer bump, which I have not for 4 years. Yeah. And obviously the best way to do that is just get your name out there. Because like I can yap, dude. I've been doing it for an hour and a half straight, you know. Like I can do this, you know, this whole streaming thing. I just need to sit down and yap, you know, I can do that. It's just I don't have anybody watching. Because like that's like too, like if I had a chat, dude, I probably could go like 5 hours straight. You know, as long as they're talking about something I care about. Because if it's something I don't really care about, then I'll probably be more silent or just give like one word response like, yeah, cool. That's something I don't really care about. Like you'll notice I'll talk a lot less. But yeah, if it's something like I care about, you know, we're just kind of going back and forth, I probably can go for at least like 5 hours. I would not be surprised. Yeah. God, it's almost time to end stream. Me in 5 minutes though. I like how I side stream for like I've been for an hour and a half straight, and I just immediately forgot that I'm an hour and a half in. I guess it didn't really sit in. I was just using that number as like a freaking like proving my point, but like I didn't really absorb the information. It was one of those things. Yeah. Yeah, like that's the thing also with like people being like, oh, I wish like there was more clips of this person, right? And like I can understand if you don't have the time to do it, like then don't do it. But if you do have the time to do it, right, like you can clip them yourselves, right? Like it's not complicated. Sometimes all you need to do is just clip them, and then if it's either like a JP person, you want to give it to an EN audience, just translate it. Or even easier, if it's the same language that you want to show the people to, then bam, you just put subtitles in. Like you don't have to do any crazy editing if you don't want to. Like I'd want to try and experiment with that. I think why it would work for them though, why it wouldn't work for me, is because I don't have anything visually appealing. There's nothing going on the screen. You know? So I feel like it'd be a lot harder for me to do it. I'd probably have to put editing and like my own edits in to actually like keep people engaged. But I think for like VTubers, when like they have their model moving and a chat going, right, then like they can focus on that. You know, like, and they're still more engaged. So like I think you could just put in the subtitles, or if it's just JP talent, put in a translation. And again, like if you don't have the time for it, that's perfectly fine, you know? I understand. But yeah, if you have the time for it, you know, it doesn't have to be like all the time, right? Just maybe even like every once in a while, just bam. You know, if you have the time for it. Just do it. The only thing though is if you use like Filmora or something like that, you have to like pay for a subscription. So kind of annoying. They used to have a one-time purchase thing, right? That would just get rid of the watermark, because that's really all I cared about. Because dude, that watermark is massive. Like it is so noticeable. And yeah, they don't show you what it would look like until it's already done and you've already uploaded it, which is great. Yeah. They used to have a one-time purchase for that, but now it's a part of this freaking subscription thing. Because, you know, everything's have this freaking subscription service now. Everything. Even freaking EU4 for some reason, the freaking full-on game has to have a subscription service. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Like, I think it would be cheaper to buy the freaking DLC than to pay a freaking subscription for it, but alright. Oh. Like, I seriously hate that everything's becoming a subscription service now. Like, I think that is just late-stage capitalism just peeking its ugly head again. It's just like, why? Like, even like a background remover, it's like, oh yeah, no, if you want it in the quality you put it in, you have to pay like $3. And it's like, why? Why do I have to pay $3 a month for that? That doesn't make any sense. It's literally a background remover. Like, why? You don't need to make money off of that. You're probably freaking working a 9 to 5 anyway, dude. Why do you need money? I don't get it. I hate it. Yeah. I hate everything. You know, I could also probably just do like simple highlights too. Like if I just wanted to do like a freaking like 8 players Smash thing, like CPU battle, or like even like a tournament with the Hololive character, like Hololive Mii's. That honestly could probably just freaking do well as well. And it was another thing why I was like, I wish I bought 2K24 and not freaking Political Machine. Was because I could have commentated over those two, like made characters and commentate over that. Because I feel like my commentary in wrestling would be better because I actually know moves. Not all of them, but I do know like a decent chunk. And so like I could have provided like actual like commentary. Like yeah, I make a Smash so I can provide commentary too. Because I've dabbled in the competitive scene a little bit, not like with going to tournaments or anything, but just seeing it, watching it. Yeah, I could just probably do that, and I would honestly probably do well. Actually, I think for the thumbnail, I would just zoom in on one of them, or just like do the like overseas fan thing. Oh, I should make a Pecora me and just do it over Pecora's face, because I think Pecora's is the most famous one. I don't know if a Pecora me would look good though. That's the only thing. 'Cause I don't think her hairstyle is really there, but I guess I could make a Pecora me and just see. Yeah, that'd be a great thumbnail. Cause like yeah, that's sometimes all you need for a thumbnail too. Like you don't even need anything crazy. Just have a zoom in, just a funny zoom in. Bam, thumbnail. That's all you need. Yes. Hour and a half now we've hit. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. One thing it would be fun to do though is if they do like Mario Kart viewers or something like that, seeing if I can get on with that, or you know, join one of their lobbies and just freaking use all the memes. But I think their rule though is I think you only can have one race, so I would have to choose one me. I'd probably just choose the person like who's streaming it. Probably. I think it's usually like JP that does it though, which their time zones are like the complete opposite, so I don't even know if I could do it. Like it would have to be Ian. And yeah, again, I don't know how often they do. Like I think the only time they would do Mario Kart viewers is like, well, around when the freaking tournament would have been, which they're not doing it. At least this year they didn't, but I don't know if they're doing it again.
On YouTube. Get Paramount Plus,
Which I mean is
Star,
fine, but
MGM Plus, and more on YouTube.
yeah, I don't think I can do that, which is a shame. Yeah, I did all the outro stuff, so I'll see you Friday for something. I don't know. 'Cause yeah, I should have probably realized that. Oh yeah, Duolingo was gonna be like, yeah, it's something that I just do like as part of my daily routine, you know. You can just do it real quick. Well, unless you chose like the highest option, then it was like 30 minutes a day. That one's a bit longer and a bit more of a commitment, but I chose the 10-minute a day. It's funny because it's 3, 10, 15, and then 30. It's like, okay, those are kind of big jumps, but whatever. Aside from like the 10 to 15, the rest of them are kind of like big jumps. Yeah, I might try another game stream. We'll see. Dude, I always click on like Hitman. It's like, oh, I want to do Hitman, and then I never do it. Maybe it'll be like Hitman stream. I still haven't played that freaking like Mendoza mission. I don't know why. I just never did. I just never felt like doing it, I guess. So maybe I can do that. I feel like I should always just not say what's on my mind because I never end up doing that. I should just be like, oh, I don't know, you know? Even if I'm still leaning one way, just be like, oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. Because I feel like I never do it then. You know? Like... Yeah, I probably should just stop doing that. Yeah, the only thing I could see me not joining Hollow, like, at least as like a smaller reason, would be the fact that like I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm streaming. But that's the thing though, I feel like if I had like collabs or something like that to fill it out, like it would help me a lot more. Figure out what I want to do. Like if I want a yapping stream, you know, do that. Yeah, if I want to play this game, do that then. Well, the thing is also I'll actually have money to buy games too, so like I'll have more variety of games to play. And like I can do like playthroughs of games again. Cause like I don't even know if there's really a game that I want to play through that I have at this point. Like I've kind of played through all the games I'd want to play through. So yeah, I don't know. Besides, I set those aside for Sundays anyway. The Wednesday, Fridays. They're still like, I don't know, they're still up in the air. Yeah, we'll figure something out Friday. So yeah, I'll see you then. Goodbye.